Okay everybody, it's Coach Cody here, and in this video I am working on this adorable mailbox, and we're going to be making an arrangement on the bottom of the mailbox. This mailbox originally came from Michael's. It's super cute. You can use this format for anything that kind of has the stand on it. And what I've done is I've went in already and I have pre-sprayed and let cure my gaps and cracks spray foam. So this is nice and hardened and ready for me to design on. So let's go ahead and get started. If you did not want to use the gaps and cracks, you could absolutely use a piece of just regular styrofoam as well, craft foam. So let's get going. I'm going to be using some pine branches. This is flocked pine, and I'm cutting off the little pine cone here. It's not necessarily my favorite, and I feel like it's going to be in the way of my design here. And these are pieces that I had used in a previous arrangement, and I'm just repurposing them here for this for you guys. So these are kind of flocked branches, kind of like you would find on a Christmas tree. Kind of the same consistency here. And I've got a few of these pieces that I'm going to be prepping for this project. I am trimming down the stems a little bit because we don't want them to be super long. And clipping off that pine cone. You can leave on the pine cone should you wish, but I don't want them to be stuck right close to the bottom. If I would have left this on here and stuck that in there, that pine cone would be right near my foam. If I want to go back in at the end, I can glue my little pine cones throughout. All right, so I'm going to go in first, and I'm going to go ahead and stick in this piece, like so. I'm going to clip this one in half again, and go over here on my side. Really sticking that in there. Working my way around. I'm clipping these in half again. More bang for my buck here. I might cut this one in half again also, just so I have some more coverage on my foam. Something that I do like to do at the end, you guys, is for everyday designs, we usually use like moss or something to cover up our foam, but for Christmas time, I like to go back with some of that fluff snow and kind of pepper that throughout to cover up my foam and my mechanics. Just that cheap buffalo snow you can buy at your craft stores. All right, I'm loving that. Just like so. Super pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and take some glue. And I'm going to squirt on my hot glue all throughout where we have placed one of these branches. Next, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a longer pine. This branch was from Michael's as well originally. It has some longer pieces on there. So I'm going to trim this apart the best that I can. Let's see. I don't want it to be as long as it is here. But it also seems like it could be challenging to snip apart. But nope, I think we got it pretty good. And it does have some like thread binding around the wire. I'm just snipping that off. Always use a stem cutter as well if it's challenging for you to snip with your wire cutters. And now I'm just going to work some of these pieces in as well. Just snipping them down smaller because I want to get a lot of coverage with this bush, or with all of this green really, and I don't want anything sticking out too high and crazy. love the height and the movement that this piece brings in. All right, so I'm having difficulty poking this piece into the foam, so I'm just going to take my scissors and kind of make a little hole that this can then stick in. All right, I love those. You can see how that kind of brought everything up. Same thing, now going with some hot glue. You could use your glue pot if you're a glue pot user. But for me, I just like to take my high temp glue gun and squirt some glue in there everywhere where we have attached some elements. All right, super pretty to me. Next, I have this fun little branch that we're gonna add in. This one was from Michael's also, and we're gonna clip this apart a little bit as well. Just go in and snip this right on apart. These longer branches are also great for things like tree toppers and in grapevine designs. I think this is going to be great for this project as well, just snipping it apart and making it smaller. I'm going to do the same thing with my scissors. Kind of making me a hole there. All the twigs and branches, very fun. Alright, now again, take my glue, and everywhere where we have inserted one of these branches, we will drop some glue. Alright, next up we're going to add in some red berries. Love to add red berries. It also is going to tie in with the little greenery that was going around the mailbox when I purchased it, so that came on there. Just going to kind of pepper a couple of these throughout. Just a little pop of red. And same thing. Letting that glue get down in there. All right, now before I added any more components, I want to go ahead and get started on my bow. And for this design, I have picked a 1.5 inch ribbon. And we're gonna make us a nice bow for right there in the front. Kind of this would be the very front if we were looking at it head on. So it's kind of over to the right side. Or if it's sitting on its side, then it would be the front left. Just not perfectly there in the middle. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna make me a tail here. Drop my ribbon down. I'm gonna do about an 8 inch tail and a twist. And I'm gonna do about a 6 inch loop, twist. We're just gonna keep doing these loops. And I'm gonna do 5 loops total. And come back out with my tail. I'm gonna take me a pipe cleaner and put that right around the center. And I'm gonna twist. Very pretty. Now what I'm going to do, since I've twisted a little bit, is I'm going to go down a little bit, kind of like at the width of my finger. I'm going to twist again, and this is going to give me a little loop. So now I have a little loop there, and I'm going to go in with a floral pen, or a U-pen, whatever you like to call them. Sometimes I call them giant staples. And I'm going to insert that into that loop. Then I can twist it on there. And then I have a nice anchor that I can use to put in my bow. So I'm going to take some glue, like so, and put it on the ends of those pointies. And then I'm going to stick that right down into that foam. And I am going to hold it for a second just to make sure that that gets nice and in there and attached into that foam. Then I can go in and dove cut my ribbons, folding them wire to wire for a little cleaner look there, like so. Very nice. Love our bow there. Super pretty. Again, you can use any ribbon that you like for your bow. I'm just using something that I enjoy. And next I'm going to add some more whimsy, and I'm going to go in with these glitter picks. They're nice and long in length. And I'm going to trim them apart. I'm going to add these into my design. So now that my design is getting a little fuller, I'm going to put just a little dab of glue on the end of my stem. And then I'm going to go in and poke that right into the foam. Like so. I'm going to use 2 of these total so that I'll have 6 little pieces. Just like so. I did pull this as well. I thought this would be pretty to add in if we wanted to. Yeah, let's go ahead and add this in. This is a white glitter branch. This is also a pick, but it has lots of little ends on there that we can pull off. And this, of course, will kind of be optional. It kind of blends in with the branches that we added in. But it's always nice to have lots of visual textures in your design. Same thing, I'll put a little bit of glue on here. Just like so. And the last thing that I would like to pepper in is some snowflakes. I love these little glittery snowflakes. They're super fun. And they come on a nice pick that we can add in to the design. We could cut them smaller if we like, or leave them long. Just like that. Super cute, y'all. Love it. We've got this other little additional straggler piece. I'll just throw some glue on this and tuck it in somewhere. No piece wasted. All right, and then again, all those little pieces, we could take some buffalo snow and kind of pepper through there. But this is the basics of our arrangement. Super pretty. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Y'all be kind to one another, and I'll be seeing y'all later. Bye, y'all.